toll in those devastating wildfires on Maui continues to climb. Local leaders now believe at least 111 people have died. This comes as FEMA sends more aid to help rebuild communities on the island. Hawaii's governor now vowing to protect local landowners from opportunistic buyers. He's tasked the state attorney general to work on a moratorium on land transactions in the town of Lahaina, where more than 80% of buildings were destroyed. Utahns also pitching in on the recovery efforts. Ken Garff Honda and its Hawaii-based affiliates have now pledged $200,000 to help with recovery efforts. If you're looking for a way to help out, you can do so as well. ABC4 News has teamed up with the Red Cross to collect money donations for victims. Just scan the QR code you see right there, and it'll take you to the website link where you can donate.
Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
All right, with so much going on outside, let's head over for another check of that forecast.
Yeah, Alana, lots of rain means we need to be aware of flash flooding, and you have images of that right behind you.
Yeah, these are brand new coming out of Capitol Reef tonight. This is an area that we've seen strong floods. Look at these pictures. Okay, this is from National Park Service. This is the Gifford campground. You know, the Gifford house where you get the pies? They had to evacuate it today because of the heavy rain that came through. And as you can see, the Fremont River and Sulphur Creek flooded due to those heavy rains. We were seeing waterfalls coming off of the rocks. National Park Service sharing that with ABC4, and you can see how dangerous those conditions were, which is why they evacuated. The road reopened. This is what it looked like at Zion, where rangers also reported flash flooding. Clayton catching this as he was driving through. Heavy rain, dropping water and mud off of the rocks, and we did have confirmed flash floods in Echo Canyons and Refrigerator Canyon. So heads up there, those low-lying areas really getting impacted by the heavy rains, but it's not just the south. We're seeing it in the north. We start in the south, where we've actually cleared our warnings and things are quieting down. Grand Staircase and Bryce Canyon staying really active. And from Richfield to Beaver over I-15, soggy conditions. Milford also seeing some heavy rain. We know towards Moab, a flash flood warning in effect for Grand County because of heavy rain. I-70 staying pretty active, and they have extended that flash flood warning for the Dollar Creek burn scar until 6 p.m. Now, active conditions for the Wasatch Front. As we zoom in, we go close. Magna getting some heavy rain, but also Erta dealing with 50-mile-per-hour winds. We're going to watch as these storms cross over a portion of I-80, so travel could be impacted. Highland, Lehigh, some heavy rain there. West Jordan, Daybreak, Salt Lake, all the way up through Bountiful. Park City and Summit County getting walloped here. We're not done as we zoom in. Oh, they have just popped a severe thunderstorm warning for the cell we are seeing towards Magna. This is going to track northeast. We're going to see where that heads. I'll get the details on that, but you're watching it live as we continue to see these warnings. Heavy rain, gusty winds, and an abundance of lightning. You're seeing it there as we take that wide view. This is what it looked like in Magna with the heavy rain coming down, and they're set for another round with that severe thunderstorm warning just issued, which means wind gusts have to be above 58 miles per hour. Excessive rainfall threat for the entire state, not a surprise with the heavy rain we're seeing. It's a monsoon setup as we look at high pressure to our east, low pressure to our west, southerly flow. Well, gosh, it just gets soggy, and that monsoon push brings in that moisture to Utah. High wind speeds, especially with those storms. We get those outflow winds. Salt Lake at 55 miles per hour. Milford in that arena. Look at the West Desert, Price, Moab, so some gusty winds coming through with these storms. Temperatures also just plummeting as the wet weather moves in. We're in the 70s. Logan is in the 90s. Hello, that you know something's off, and that's because of those storms impacting the southern Wasatch Front. Cooler in Milford, Cedar City, Hanksville. You can see exactly where we're dealing with wet weather. Mid-90s in St. George, still close to average for them. Futurecast walks you through and forewarns you on what to expect for tonight. Storms on the move, tracking north. Here we are by 7 p.m. South central Utah over I-15, keeping things active. So is the West Desert and the Ogden Valley. As we get closer to 10 p.m., we will see Brigham City and the western end of the lake dealing with some strong activity, and southeastern Utah stays active for the overnight cloud cover, and we quiet down. But those storms, they come back for the close of our work week. You're going to notice them here by the afternoon. That heating helps with development. 1 to 4 p.m. Strong storms in the same areas we've seen, Castle Country included. Utah County's part of this, and isolated activity along the Wasatch Front. Flash flood potential has been upgraded. It is now expected at Zion National Park. Not safe to go with heavy rain on the way for your Friday, probable throughout the rest of the area. Okay, the moisture tracker shows us that area of low pressure that's going to slide east, but we get this abundance of moisture from Hurricane Hillary that's expected to bring all that moisture to Southern California. As we track the tropics, you're able to see the path of the now hurricane, and we're going to see if any of those tropical remnants impact the Beehive State as we get through the weekend. Models are not lining up there, so we're going to keep you in the know when it comes to if that will enhance our moisture. 90s along the Wasatch Front, 99 in Moab, 96 in St. George, with storms on deck in Washington County for the next 7 days. How about a day in the low 80s? Hello, Sunday. Yeah, that wet weather comes in with a vengeance. As we look at the Wasatch Front, we also see isolated to scattered storms. Temperatures slightly below average. We get back to average on Monday, but a very unsettled pattern with monsoon moisture and various systems interacting with that moisture over the next 7 days. So a lot going on. How about that flash flooding at Capitol Reef?
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
those images. Whew,
Be
you've
careful
been
when
warning
you're
of
out
it.
there.
Thank you so much, Lena. We appreciate it. Time now for a look at sports with our Wesley Ruff.
All right, and we're starting to get excited about the Jazz season.
Little history lesson, and we're going to talk about the future. Here we go. Jazz
wait.
franchise started playing way back in the NBA in 1974, starting